Yo, what's up guys, welcome back. So new Fire King support, new Fire King structure deck was revealed a couple of days ago. So let's take a look. What are we getting? Well, this is only like the first few cards that got revealed, but they are all pretty good. One continuous spell that basically searches your Fire King island, plus it makes it so that as soon as your opponent special summons a monster, you can quick exceed for their new rank 8, which is basically a Dark Hole, a Mystical Space Typhoon, and a Soul Charge, if that makes sense, so a pretty solid one. While the other one, there's a new Garonix here in hand, which is also searchable, as you know, by the Fire King Island, the field spell. And is it similar to a monster that I know of? Probably. Like, as soon as one of your Fire King monsters is destroyed, you can special summon your new Garonix, and that card can destroy, let's say, for example, a Fire King monster from the deck. And that's nice. Again, hitting Baron, not Baron, the level 4, right? Or Garonix, etc. So, like those are the plays for this deck. Plus level 8, so it increases those level or rank 8 exceed plays. So Baron, that was the name I was looking for. One of the new searches, right? So again, the quick play of this continuous spell makes it so you can get off Fire King Island, immediately put it in your spell and trap card zone. And then the thing is that I feel the stronger plays of the deck is, recycling your Garonix, have like one on the field and then special summon during the next standby phase. The other one, destroy it. Like, that's the old school strategy. But these new cards definitely help them out, right? The new Garonix can be special summoned once per turn. It pops something like a Baron from the deck, or maybe one of the new ones, one of the new level 8s. Like the one here in hand is very similar to a True King, that you can pop a Fire King to special summon itself. Plus, when it's like, destroyed itself, you can reborn something. So very similar to the... I'm not so familiar with the Fire King, but the one that negates monster effects. One that's now on the field next to Garonix. That it can reborn a Fire King from the graveyard. So again, facilitating those potential rank 8 exceed plays during your opponent's turn. A couple of things about the deck list. There is no Yaksha. Yaksha I had in there, but with the new support, I'm not so sure if I still want to play Yaksha. It could be a solid extender, maybe, if you happen to have a card in hand you want to get popped by Yaksha, right? But I don't know, maybe one-off? While, and that's, I think, the biggest one is Rekindling. There is no Rekindling. I eventually dropped Rekindling from the main deck because for now, with the current support, the deck is, and that's why I'm always going second, it's very hard to put up a threatening board, let's say, if you're going first. And that's where stuff like Rekindling doesn't really help out too much, because you want to have, for example, Barong in your graveyard, right, in order to be resolved, in order to, search it, when it was like destroyed during that turn. So you really don't want to Rekindling that. I mean, Rekindling is much better later in a duel. Problem is that especially for this deck for now, with the current support, it's so hard to, first of all, play through hand traps with a useless brick opening turn Rekindling. And also, if going first, you can't use Onslaught, for example. And that's also one of the major reasons why I want to go second every time. But Rekindling, I'm just main decking more generic cards that, facilitate potentially going second. I'm looking at, the staples, Dark Ruler, No More, Eclipse, and Imperm, basically. But I'm sure maybe with, the more, the other structure deck cards, which will probably get revealed sooner or later in the near future, we might pick up Rekindling again. Because it's not that hard for this deck to fuel those 200 defense monsters. Again, looking at Barong, looking at potential Yaksha, the one that negates monster effects, plus the new level 8, the True King one, also has 200 defense if I'm not mistaken. So again, it's not that hard to make Rekindling live, but I want to have space for other cards. Something that I wanted to try out as well was Wolfbark. Wolfbark, because it's searchable off of Tenki, is such an old school card, but it facilitates those rank 4 exceeds potential Zeus plays as well. So here, like, Circle of the Fire Kings, fantastic, dodges Imperm, dodges Failure, and makes it so that I can, still pop my own Exceed. The thing with the Exceed is that when it's like summoned, Exceed summoned, during both players' turns, during your opponent's turn with the continuous spell, you can like basically Dark Hole the entire field, plus during your turn, it's detached to pop a card, a spell and trap from your opponent, while when it is destroyed, your rank 8, you can reborn, Fire King monsters from your graveyard up to the amount of materials it had. So most of the time it's either 1 or 2, so reborn something from the graveyard again, potentially getting like the new Garonix, the old Garonix back on the field, etc. You saw the plays. So for the deck, I feel for now, again, early support, it's still super, you know, straightforward, right? So anyway, like for this particular deck, I'm a huge fan of it, but you know, I'm anxiously awaiting for the new support as well. So here, like one Imperm was enough for this particular board, prevent Sword Soul from you know, setting up the plays. I mean, my hand was very solid going second. Already having access to Fire King Island, already have that Garonix, or did I search it? No, I searched it with Fire King Island. Plus again, Book of Eclipse. I like Eclipse. Especially like against the full Kashtira board, or basically against any full monster board. Like during the draw phase, it could already potentially put everything face down. Garonix gets summoned, you know the deal. And you know, if you go for your rank 8 exceed, you could potentially blow away all the monsters that you just put face down. So that's a huge deal. So that's why again I prefer stuff like Eclipse, Dark Ruler that still let me play the game. The Vishuddha is a small hinder, because again now I don't have any rank 8 exceed plays ready, but Eclipse does help out. It prevents, you know, Sword Soul from basically playing the game as well. Draw Onslaught, and the thing is that with, you know, the new support, it makes it much easier to keep recycling your Barong, right? To pop it from the deck or pop it on field, summon it during the next standby phase. Garonix returns, pop it, maybe the new Garonix gets summoned, pop another Barong, so that's 2 searches during the next turn. So that's, you know, the cycle you want to have, and it's very hard to break as soon as you get the ball rolling. Problem is Call by the Grave definitely hurts this deck, so keep an eye out for that. Next one, Pot of Extravagance. Couple of things, you're not really using your extra deck that much, but it's an iffy one. Again, maybe with more support, instead of Pot of Extravagance, it might become Pot of Prosperity, right? So going second, like again, this Dark Ruler is going in hard, same for Onslaught, potentially searching out Garonix, depending on the 2 draws I have here from the Pot of Extravagance. An evenly match would have been fantastic here with that face-up token, but it is what it is. So this is again basically full combo Kashtira, and again, I'm honest, if it wasn't for those going second cards, I mean, it's the current format that it probably counts for most decks. So main phase 1, immediately use Extravagance for the 2 draws. Okay, like these attaches, it's fine though. I can still go for Dark Ruler, again, negate everything, and now I can't go for a game. The thing, yeah, that's the thing with this deck. You could also push for a game, a couple of level 8s with Circle as well to, you know, get in first, Circle, destroy, special summon, swing for more damage. So that's something I definitely like about the deck. So go for the rank 8 exceed, pop my opponent's spell, the one that, what is it, banishes cards from my graveyard. Garonix returns, pops the exceed, reborns 1, being Barong, I think, and yups, that's so cool, that's actually solid. The new Garonix also triggering, special summon itself, pop something from the deck, potentially another Barong, you know, for more searches. But yeah, it's crazy solid. So now, because of the continuous spell, I can indeed go for that quick exceed summon. But Kashtira still has so much fuel left. Potential Zeus plays in the back of my mind, but here in this case Fenrir is also a big issue. Again, one of the reasons why I'm looking at more negations / interruption cards, not as in rekindling, right? So this should be my duel. Like, what is it? Unicorn is going to banish something from the extra deck, but it's not going to be enough. Here, Yeps, Imperm getting dodged by the new one, by Kirin, I think. Also one of the level 8s. Again, very similar to one of the Vanquish Soul cards. What is it? The high level one, you know, dodge, basically the draw card. Basically the same purpose, I guess. So last example, okay, Sky Strikers, that's me going first. Okay, so potential end boards, try to pop as many Barongs as possible to get those searches. Problem is that those searches won't do that much during your opponent's turn, the next turn that is. So get as many Barongs into play, plus of course Garonix itself and the old school Garonix in play for if you have the continuous spell for a quick rank 8 exceed, and if you have the level 4 monster negator, it's always beneficial as well. So the edge is getting negated. Again, Garonix I believe returns, Barong returns, the old, the new Garonix and the old Garonix returns, popping everything, but that triggers basically everything again. Barong during my next turn, and this is much more important. Again, double level 8 for the potential rank 8 exceed play, but sadly the Lightning Storm does say no. I do protect my own Fire King. It's Sky Strikers, luckily, so I'm probably not getting OTK'd. Hayate is going in for engage. I'm losing my Geronix here because of the DD Crow spell. It's fine though, again, I think I have double Barong plus draw, so 5 cards in hand. I was about to say Fire King Island on field as well, but sadly that's not the case. It's fine though. Again, double Barong Search is fantastic for potential follow-up plays. So draw the Monster Negator, that's fantastic. Now I can prevent Ray from coming out right. So immediately use the spell, use Onslaught, so strong. Tutor any Fire King from the deck, pop Barong, and I should be able to go for a game, I think. Yeah, the new Geronix pops the old Geronix, go in for some damage, and Ray is indeed getting negated by the Arvata. I'm not so sure about the correct name. Then, yeah, get off Barong, use Circle, and this should be more than enough to attack for a game. So this new support, it's actually pretty good. I'm looking forward to the other cards. So who knows, it might be solid as well. I'm not so sure what we can expect more from the deck. Maybe, you know, a new Exceed or whatever. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Leave me signing out. Peace.